Hello everyone and welcome back to GTA 5. This is an epic race if 20 plus players, so it's going to be not epic?
Not epic, no. Not epic.
Ben, Mose, welcome.
Hello.
Duncan, welcome.
Hello.
Rithian,
Hello.
Bouphe,
Hello.
and Silas.
Hello.
Got good crew today. I'm hyped for the race we're going to have.
Not epic race.
Semi-epic. You know what? We've got 7, so that's like a third. 1/3 of
They're
an epic.
1/3 epic. Yeah.
I think that's probably like common though, right? It goes like common, rare, epic, you know?
Yeah, legendary.
No,
Legendary.
common, uncommon, rare epic, so it's uncommon.
Oh yeah, uncommon. I'll take uncommon.
Could be rare.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't think 7 out of 20 is rare. Do you know what I mean? Like 30 plus is legendary, maybe. You know? But I'm just saying, you know, you've got to stick to.
Yeah,
Legendaries are harder
what?
to get than 50% harder than rare.
Oh,
Surely.
I just tried to sideswipe you, but I was a ghost car.
You just drive off the edge.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I see.
Right. I'll fuck Silas up instead.
Don't do it! Fuck! Can we start disabling weapons in this fucking game?
No.
Then I won't be able to throw grenades.
Oh, I did not mean to do
It's
that.
a very important part of my lifestyle.
promise.
I believe you.
Good.
All right, really.
Good.
That's you and me. We chill.
We chill, bro. We chill.
We're the same team, but anyone else? Sorry,
That's fine.
Anyone else? What?
Lewis is right in front of me.
There's explosions, Ben.
There's grenades.
Don't do
He's
it.
grenade.
He's got
This
a knee.
car-
Oh,
shit.
see?
What should you pick?
I just saw that.
What car did you choose?
Oh, no.
A Krieger.
Krieger.
Oh, you popped me.
I couldn't have you
You'll have
throw
to pop me.
grenades. Oh.
So tempting to take that fucking jump right there.
I know, I nearly did it. Until I saw where the checkpoint was.
Get him, Ridian. Get him.
You're so close behind me.
I don't know if I want to start the war. Lewis.
Start the war.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, you fucked me, Boophe.
Silas. That's it, the
sorry.
grenade gloves are off.
Went all wibbly wobbly.
What do you mean they're off? As if they were ever
Oh,
on.
What?
I
are
can't
you
even
doing?
afford gloves.
I hit an
Cost of living
indestructible wall.
crisis.
Chaos. So I
Stop
started
it, Ben!
watching
Who's
Ben's.
that?
Come
Who
on.
are you?
Grenades.
So I
Who are
started,
you?
Look,
Hello,
I'll be
friend.
honest. If you get hit by one of my
Yeah.
grenades, that's on you.
It's
Do you know
so
how hard it
scary.
is to hit these fucking things?
So scary.
This is insane.
you know how Hollywood options stuff right out, and
Yeah.
if they don't get it, they have to make something similar.
Yes.
So I've started watching this TV show called The Silo, right?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Which is kind of like a Fallout side quest. There's a big vault, people live in it. You know, there's mystery on the outside, things go wrong, blah 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 blah. Right?
Okay. Sure.
But I wonder whether, because there's a Fallout live action TV show coming. Do you know what I mean? I wonder whether, you know, there was like, because that happened with like, you know, Volcano and what the other one?
Dante's
about
Peak.
Volcano. Yeah. And loads. It's happened loads of times.
Deep
Apocalypse
Deep
and
Impact and Armageddon.
Oh,
Armageddon. Yeah.
Shark's Tale and Finding Nemo.
Yep.
Ants in a Bug's Life. Yeah.
Yep. Well, there's tons of them. I'm sure we talked about this before.
Why the fuck are there prox bombs on the map already?
Everywhere. They're fucking everywhere.
I'm kind of not
Oh,
excited
come on.
for
Grenades!
the Fallout one. I kind of like the knockoff.
How's the
right?
Silo? Well, that's based on like a best-selling book.
Oh,
That's like a
Oh,
thing.
is it?
you got me,
Oh,
Ben.
right, okay, so maybe I'm wrong. I just it's fine.
Well, but maybe they were like, we want to make our own Fallout. Oh, hang on, there's this book. Let's do that.
Well, but I think if maybe they did Fallout, it would ruin it though. Do you know what I mean?
no, because
I
you had
feel like there'd be-
expectations for that, right?
Yeah, there'd be too many people being like, this doesn't feel like Fallout, or this isn't Fallout.
They didn't die
I mean, that
50
did-
times to the death claw.
That didn't stop the Halo TV show, let's be honest. So.
Well, it kind of did. It stopped it getting season 2, didn't it?
Well, that's because it was really fucking bad, mainly. But yeah,
I mean, it's like, where do you... don't get me wrong, I'd like a video game adaptation, you know, but I think, like, in some ways it's better for it not to be, you know, it's better... I like the post-apocalyptic stuff without, like, the baggage of
Yeah,
the
you
game.
could just make a, like, people come out of the vault story without it having to be Fallout.
Yeah, I think I want Fallout, but I don't. Is that...
Right.
I mean,
You want
Last
Fallout
of Us was
vibes,
good.
Fallout energy without Fallout branding.
That's it, thank you. Yeah,
I
precisely.
mean, we seem to just be in
Fair.
the age of fucking video game adaptations. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Video games are cool.
And massive. They're huge, you know? I mean, some of them have been pretty good as well. Like, Witcher was okay for a bit.
Okay for a bit. That is high praise for a video game adaptation.
Wasn't The Witcher based on the books more than the game, though?
They're not. They're not based on the books at all.
No, they
It's like-
well,
Well,
they're
they
more
wanted to be. They wanted to be based on the books, but they're not.
If they were based on the books, they'd be good. They're fucking not. They don't touch the books, The Witcher TV show. It's nothing like the books at all.
It's not like the game either.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's an entirely... It's not like anything.
I think
that's why Henry Cavill wanted to leave. Because it's like...
he
doesn't follow any of the good stuff.
He clashed with them non-stop about like where the story was going. Like
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, well, people.
He was a
already heard all
fan.
the
You know? I
stories.
think
Yeah,
it's
he's a
hard
big
when
fan. Yeah.
most actors do just have to work with what they're given. Do you know what I mean? But it's I think it's really hard when you're clearly.
I mean, I get the sense that
If you're invested in it.
I get the sense he wanted out after season 1, but he was like contracted into 3 seasons. So like, when's the last time you heard anyone leaving the show as the main character like that early? So yeah.
Well, I think he's driven by passion too, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think he wanted to see if it could be good and hoped it would get better. I think also the response from season 1 was really positive, right?
It was
kind of
generally okay.
People
like,
didn't
Season 1
say
was great.
People didn't say
good.
people didn't say The Witcher was great, but they said it was watchable fun. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a lot of the time that's all you need.
and there were moments that were quite cool, but
Yeah.
But then ultimately, it didn't
But
really.
now the
do
writers'
much. And then
strike
season 2
and all the
my
other stuff,
God,
like,
yeah.
what's going to happen? Like, bad shows are going to get... Well, I think really bad shows might get
I mean,
might
last
get
writer
better.
strike ruined so many TV shows. So
Some writers, we should just fire them. Though. Like,
I'm
you know?
amazed. There are some writers that I'm just constantly amazed to keep.
yeah, how do they
employed.
keep getting jobs? Yeah. I don't understand. Who do they know? What pictures do they have?
Who do
Honestly.
they know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that last writer strike was rough. I can't wait for 6 months from now every TV show to be just a fucking garbage dumpster fire.
Killed heroes, didn't it? The last
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Ruined Battlestar as well.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. These days they're just gonna try AI generating scripts, and it's gonna suck.
Money,
Well,
man.
it can't be worse than some of them that are already out there. I feel like a lot of the time you can reuse good dialogue, right? Dialogue's hard to write because, you know, you're a single or a couple of people in the writer's room writing this stuff, and you have to make it sound like a teenage girl and an old man, do you know what I mean? And like a posh guy. Do you know what I mean? There's tons of, like, in a street thug, you have to... It's a lot of work to get these people sounding
It's
authentic.
like in Seinfeld when they're trying to write their show and they just don't put a girl in it because they can't write one.
Yeah, that doesn't fly. I mean,
Elaine enters. What did she say? What did she say?
That's why my novel only has idiots in it. It's very easy.
That's all I know to write. Yeah.
Just write what you know.
it's a really hard like tightrope to walk, right? Between being like authentic and good and like, you know, funny. And some
That's
people
why
will
writing
seem
is a hard job. You know, people
Yeah.
are just
It
a
is
lot of
hard.
people are really bad at it.
Well, they might not be bad. They just might be bad at writing for that specific thing.
True, yeah.
I got a
I think
classic
they get a lot of like
Ferrari.
unhelpful feedback,
Well,
right?
or like I feel like a lot of like good writing probably just gets fucked by, you know, investors as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
bet
absolutely,
they write
yeah.
a good script and then suddenly they're
Ugh.
wow, and then suddenly they're like, oh yeah, but actually we need to include this and this and this and this, and then suddenly,
Yeah.
you know, this like decent script is hamstrung and ruined by all this changes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Executive
Like a
meddling.
lot of, you know, a lot of the best movies are written by one person.
Yeah, single vision.
Which is why,
Yeah.
like the James Gunn movies like the best MCU movies because it's just him.
I think the difficulty
when you
actually
get like
is
writer director with a certain level of power, you at least get a vision. Like the vision could suck, like in,
Yeah.
I don't know, Love and Thunder or whatever. But like you
Star
get
Wars.
you get a thing that is meant to be something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are also just really good at adapting already written material, but are shit at coming up with their own.
Yeah.
For example,
Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh, it's your weapon. You just drove
Because
off.
like when they had the original works that were already written to work off, Game of Thrones was genuinely amazing.
Yeah, it was
But
really
like
good.
the moment they stopped, you know, having George R. R. Martin's words, and all of a sudden it just became wank.
Yeah.
Well, but this is actually quite a difficult thing to do. If you look at like Return of the King, that's always seen as the better of the three Lord of the Rings films, just because it was so hard to tie together all the threads in a and actually finish off everyone's stories in a good way. And I feel like, you know, I don't want to make excuses for Game of Thrones being bad, but it did feel like Daenerys and Jon Snow were like, okay, we want £10 million an episode. We want to get on with our careers. We're famous now. We want to do only 6 episodes. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to fly anywhere. We're not going to do anything. Everyone had become like divas by that point, and they were all eating their own, drinking their own Kool-Aid so much that it was like, it was a victim of its own success, right?
I learned recently that Orlando Bloom, for example, for the role of Legolas, got a combined total of 175 grand for all 3 movies.
Yeah,
he was a nobody. He was a nobody.
Yeah, because he was a
right?
nobody. But still, like that's insane.
That's the difference
Bet you
between
got
a
lot more for
movie.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Pirates.
I bet you get a
And
lot
the
more for
Hobbit.
the goddamn Hobbit. You know, like that's the thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, like he
That's
in
the
the
thing,
same
right?
interview where he revealed that he also said like, you know, I would do it again for half of that money, considering where it led me. You know, but still,
Put them
like,
on the map. But also, this was 20 years ago, right? So
Yeah.
in today's
Oh, yeah.
money, that's probably nearly double.
Yeah.
But I
My
mean, that's
feeling,
still for like some of the most successful movies
yeah.
of all time. You know,
Yeah.
and it's not a lot of money.
All these
But
poor Hollywood actors. They're so.
yeah.
Poor
no,
actors,
so
only
poor.
£100,000.
Oh, Bouphe. So sad.
But that's the difference between a movie and a TV show, right? Because if you're in a movie, like if you're not really a huge star or whatever, you get paid, bam, that's it. But if you're a TV show and the TV show becomes a hit, you renegotiate your contract every year, so you'll get higher and higher and higher and higher money. And like ultimately, like you could demand a ton because like who's gonna do Friends without Joey and Phoebe or whatever? You know, like they.
That's why they were getting $1 million an episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You get insane amounts of money.
Yeah.
At some point,
Apparently,
I think,
someone offered Jerry Seinfeld 110 million for a new series of Seinfeld.
Yeah, I heard something.
Well,
He doesn't
Seinfeld,
need
Jerry
that
Seinfeld is
money,
the richest actor in the world.
Yeah.
he doesn't need that money.
I know, just off royalties
Yeah.
from Seinfeld.
There'll probably never be anything that big and popular ever again, right? With everyone split across all the
It's so different
streaming
now,
channels
yeah.
and stuff.
Well, everything's all changed. There's no syndication and repeat money and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And the way that money's split between the people who made the show is different too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all this Hollywood accounting shenanigans. I think
Yeah.
it's a fascinating industry. I mean, honestly, like the other thing I think that's a big problem is a lot of people just are jobbing writers. They're jobbing people. They just want to keep their jobs, right? And so they'll work on anything, regardless of whether they care about it or not. You know, it's like, oh, I got
Well,
a
yeah, you
job
can't
on
turn
The
down
Witcher.
passion
And you could
projects,
lie. You could. I mean, the thing is, if you're doing an interview as a writer, and they say, oh, and you need a fucking job. They're like, do you a big fan of The Witcher? You ever read The Witcher? And you're like, oh yeah, I'm a big
huge
fan.
fan,
I love The Witcher. Yeah, I love it. I love Geralt.
games. Yeah, I love Gerald and
Love
Jennifer.
Gerald.
Yeah. Gerald and Jennifer.
And,
you know, like big fans.
Exactly.
You know?
and
Jennifer.
Trash.
Yeah.
Jennifer and Trash.
And Trish. You know?
Trish is a better name than Trash.
I don't know, I got like trash.
Trash Marigold. Yeah, that would be a different show. But I mean, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is that this is the same thing in game dev. Like, a lot of people are like, I just want to be a game dev. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fucking pitch a game that I don't really care about. I just know that it's okay, and I'm going to shop
bollocks.
around to get enough money to pay my salary for a few years. And I'm going to put it out. It doesn't do any money. It doesn't do any profit or anything. It's just a terrible game.
I
But
also
I get the impression that that's the thing in movies. And
Yeah, I
stuff
also
too,
think a
right?
lot of it is people they have their own cool show idea. Like, I want to make this interesting show with the politics and the kingdoms and so on, and no one's going to make me do that show. And then this is like, well, this is a Witcher show. And I'm like, I can jam the Witcher characters, or at least they look sort of like him and have the same name, into my own cool politics show about kingdoms and so on. I don't really need to base it on the books or whatever. That's fine. And so then they get their thing and they just throw in their own story, and
Well, this
which
is
is the opposite of what
absolutely
people
a thing
want.
that happens
Yeah.
in games too, right? There'll be a
Yeah.
game that's involved with like these big hunky guys who walk around in space and they fight stuff with guns, right? And they'll see if they can get the license from Games Workshop to make it into
Yeah.
a Space Marine game. But
'Cause
if
why
they
not,
can't,
right?
they'll just keep it as their own IP. But
Is that where
Yeah.
Gears of War came from?
it's
Probably.
honestly so common. I mean, it's where Warcraft came
Yeah,
from,
and
right?
literally.
StarCraft.
Yeah.
They were.
I mean,
they intended to
these
be
were-
Warhammer stuff, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, but they originally just couldn't, I guess, didn't work out, didn't feel like they needed the IP, didn't want to
Yeah.
get the IP, didn't want to work together. you know.
I want a video game about these hunky space boys.
Actually, there is one.
There's a lot of
Like,
those.
Well, yeah, but are
They're
they
not very good, a lot of them.
Are they hunking about them? Are they getting their kit off?
Right, some of them do, yeah.
Would you like to
Muscle
play
Beach volleyball.
the Brad Stallion games with me, Rosie?
Oh, if they've got hunky space
Sex,
boys.
Sex Olympics.
Oh, that sounds
Sex
right
Olympics.
up my alley. Yes.
Sex Olympics is basically
What are the
Brad
sports
Stallion
at the
has
Sex
to.
Olympics?
Mostly sex.
He has to go to all the different planets, and there's Dr. Dildo, and he's the bad guy, and Brad Stallion has to go around and shag all the alien birds before Dr. Dildo.
Wow.
Oh my god. It's
What a
like
challenge.
Phineas
Yeah.
Fogg's.
Yeah,
around.
it is. It's
like
exactly
Jules
like
Verne. I mean,
It's exactly the same.
Oh my god, I'd love to play it. Is it banned on Twitch?
Yes.
Oh, what?
Well,
Bullshit.
because the ladies have the bits out.
Well, they
is it banned on YouTube streaming?
Oh.
Well, I don't know.
we're
but
gonna have to
I've-
check that.
Yeah.
Because
Switch
that's
platform
the
just for that
loophole
reason.
these days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and if anything, just go to Kick. Anything goes.
Exactly.
God, no.
You know, there's other. You don't have to stream on Twitch. You know, throwing it out
Yes,
there.
I mean, I
do.
suppose we could censor it and do YouTube videos.
So that's what I used to do. So, because I used to do my sexy Saturday Amiga games, and I had to censor on the fly.
Wow,
When I-
live
when I-
censorship.
Live
live
censorship.
That sounds like
censorship.
hard work.
Yeah.
And then I got
You
I
need
got
another
banned.
person.
Yeah,
You
I
got
got
banned.
I got suspended for a week
Wow.
because I played a jigsaw where a lady had her muff out.
Well, how are you supposed to know? You wouldn't know
yeah,
that
not till you
she's
put
gonna...
the last piece
So
in.
you completed it.
Yeah, I hadn't completed
nearly
it.
got you in.
Oh, this Disney jigsaw has got a massive cock on it.
Somebody obviously had the foresight to see a little square and go, "That's a vagina."
Because if it's an Amiga game, right? Like, how can you tell what anything is? It's all just
It's all
8-bit pixel
censored
blur.
anyway.
You know
Yeah,
what
it's all
they say
pixelated.
with porn. If you see it, you'll know. You'll know.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
when people used to watch scrambled channels and you could still make it out, sort of.
Right.
Life
Oh my
finds a
God.
way, doesn't it?
Life finds a
But
way.
with pixel art, very like real 8-bit. You know, you've got 8 pixels to work with for a whole body. Joey, what colour is the
That
vagina?
pink square.
Like,
Ooh.
Well, have you seen
what are
this,
you working with here?
There's like this game where it's literally the guy is like 5 pixels. He's like Mario, right?
The original
is it-
Mario, not the Chris
Yeah,
Pratt.
yeah. So his willy is like 2 pixels, so it's sticking out in front of him.
Very generous.
Yeah.
Very
Oh my
generous.
God.
Yeah.
Proportionally speaking, oh my.
Yeah. I'm feeling very inferior right now.
God, that would be rough, wouldn't it? You're either a 1, a 2, or a no pixel.
Oh no.
You really want to make it into that 1 pixel category.
Yeah, at least the 1. You know. Some people are blessed with 2. You want to be at 1.
The moment you get into 3 pixel territory, it's just unrealistic.
Yeah,
You know?
honestly.
Well, people will
that's
start
just a
thinking it's a
concern.
sword or something. People are
You could
confused.
decide-
It's not
I guess you
sexy
could figure
anymore.
out if you took a picture of yourself nude and then you just put it on Photoshop and then reduce it to that many pixels and just see how many it gives you.
It
It's a
would be
very
0.
quick way to feel inferior.